Hey, what is up? It is the Fake Gear Hunter, and if you are here watching this video, it is likely because you got a new watch for Christmas. Or maybe you just purchased a watch to be able to start out the new year right. And so this video is specifically focused on trying to help you understand this new piece of technology that you got that's gonna help your training go to a whole new level in 2022. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing for more. I've got a lot of reviews on the way. Definitely excited to get the Huawei GT3 so that I can pair it to a chest strap because it's the first one of its kind that's going to be able to do so, and then a lot of reviews behind that. So what we're going to talk about tonight is in two sections, and then I'm going to do a follow-up review or follow-up video to this sometime over the next couple of days. So we're going to talk about watch technology like Garmin, Polar. We're going to talk about all the major manufacturers that you might have just gotten a new watch, or you finally pulled the trigger and purchased one, or you're thinking about pulling the trigger and purchasing one. So I thought I would do a review that would actually just, in the description below, have all of the different reviews and detailed aspect analysis of different watches that you may have gotten. We're going to look at we're not going to look at anything. We're just going to talk in concept about like the full review for a number of different watches that are out on the market right now. We're going to look at the heart rate accuracy for a number of different watches as you just got it and you want to know, is it going to be able to keep up with the CrossFit workout? Everything on this channel is for the purpose of testing and tracking devices for CrossFit. And then we're going to look at the watch in the overview form, and then some of the subsets of what parts of the watch work best. And then we're going to look at the training, sleep, recovery, wellness aspects. So I've done a number of different specialty videos on how the recovery aspects work with each of these watches and how the training aspects work with each of these watches, and then sometimes comparing them head to head so that you can understand better this new device you have. So I thought that would be useful. I thought that would be helpful just to summarize and give you links to all the different primary reviews and subset reviews down in the description below, so you can just jump in and sort of learn more about the new device you have. And then in the next couple days, I'm going to do an equipment video. So if you're thinking of wanting to purchase things for the next year, thinking of wanting to upgrade the equipment you have, some of the reviews that I've done for different aspects of equipment that really helps with the CrossFit training program, at least in my opinion, versus some of the others I've tested. So that's going to come up soon. So before I get started, I actually want to say that some of these videos, because I'm critical of them, I'm doing reviews, I'm trying to look at the pros and cons. I don't want this to make you bummed out, like, oh, well, this isn't as good as the others. So try to dismiss the critiques. If you did just get a watch for Christmas and you are excited about it, just look at the pros. There's no need to look at the cons because you have the watch, it's on your wrist, and it's on your nightstand charging, whatever it is. So just disregard the cons. I'm not trying to discourage anybody on their newly acquired device, but just to give you as much information as possible to understand your newly acquired device. Tonight we're talking about watches, and we're just going to dive on in. So the first up is the Garmin family of watches. So I actually just did a video recently of how to set up your Garmin watch and how to tweak some of the settings in the ways that I felt like has been most helpful when you first get it out of the box. And the second aspect of that one video is how to build a CrossFit profile. So like literally a sports profile that's dedicated to CrossFit, has the word CrossFit on there, and that you can change some of the data points. So that's all in that one video. Behind that, on the Garmin, there are now two heart rate sensors primarily on the market. There's the Elevate 3.0, which is on the whole Garmin Fenix 6, the Mark series, and all of the Forerunner series, all of the Venue, the original Venue and the original Vivo Active line on almost all of their watches other than two specific watches, and that is the Venue 2 and 2S and the Garmin Forerunner 945 LTE, which has the Elevate 4.0. So if you have the 945 LTE or the Venue 2, you can watch the video on the heart rate accuracy for those. And if you have any of the other lineups, you probably have the Elevate 3.0. You can watch the heart rate accuracy video for that. I'll also put just the 945 LTE review down because I think it's the best all-around watch on the market now. I'll do the Enduro versus the Fenix 6 because it'll show some of the features and differences there so you can learn more about your watches there. Next up is Polar. So Polar is, another really good contender because they have a real simple platform. They do a great job with recovery and wellness as well as training load over time. So I'll put a review to the Grit X Pro, which is the recent release and re-rendition of the Grid X as well as the Vantage V2. You can obviously find on my channel, I think, the M2 and the Ignite 2. And then along with those, I'm going to put the heart rate accuracy video so you can see how accurate it is. I'm just going to tell you out of the gate that you got to get a chest strap. That'll come, my recommendation, with the equipment. But if you are doing any kind of CrossFit workouts, you should wear a chest strap or an armband to get heart rate accuracy. So, in the third thing we're going to look at, the third watch device we're going to look at is the Apple Watch. So first we're going to look at the, I'm just going to link in the video description below the heart rate accuracy for the Series 6, which applies to the Series 7. And really, I found similar results in the 4 and 5 because it is the best, most accurate when you're just wearing it on the wrist and doing a CrossFit workout of any of the devices. And then the main thing with the Apple Watch is what apps to look at, what apps to consider. That might be able to go or should maybe have gone in the equipment list, but I want to dive into it because that's what makes the Apple Watch a functioning watch for CrossFit training, for sleep, for wellness, for training, training load, all of those different aspects. I have a summary video of the primary ones and then a dedicated video to a CrossFit specific one called WOD Insight, where you can download, you can either create your own training plan or download a lot of primary carriers like CompTrain and Mayhem, their training plan into the watch. You can go through it and the video highlights how it tracks your time per movement, time per round, and your heart rate and all that. It does a great job at analyzing dedicated workouts that you've downloaded to the watch. Fourth, we're going to look at Coros. So Coros has the Vertix 2 that just came out. The Pace 2's been out for a while, but it's been a big contender for the best all-around budget watch. And we're going to look at the heart rate accuracy of each of those. Next, we're going to look at Suunto and the Suunto offering. And I'm just going to look at two primary watches, or put the description of the videos in the description below, the videos to the Suunto 7, which is their Wear OS watch. It's big and beautiful, but there's definite limitations. But just to get to know your watch, you can watch that video. And the Suunto 9 Peak. So the Suunto 9 Peak is one of their more recent releases, and really, liked it. I'm going to put the heart rate accuracy for each of them, and you can follow the Suunto family there. In the Whoop 4.0, so Whoop 4.0 just came out. Many people are finally starting to get the device, so I'll put the all-encompassing review as well as the heart rate accuracy worn in 3 different places on the body, so on the wrist, on the forearm, and on the bicep, so you can see what the heart rate accuracy is of your new Whoop. And then lastly is the Oura Ring. So I did basically the Oura Ring. I didn't test the heart rate accuracy because it's not used for tracking workouts, but I did a review on just all the different wellness aspects that go with that. So that encompasses the whole first part of what we're looking at, is just get to know like an overview of your watch and how certain aspects look and work, and the heart rate accuracy. The second part of this video is specifically focused on what detailed training aspects or sleep and wellness aspects you could get out of your watch, so that you understand some of how the data works, or how you might be able to use it for day-to-day life or training or recovery. So as far as the training load concept, I did a massive review of 4 primary carriers, Garmin, Polar, Suunto, and Coros, and how they evaluate training load over time, the rigor of one specific workout and how the rigor of that workout relates to past workouts. So there's a massive video of those primary leaders in it in the description below. The Apple Watch. So you're going to see the same videos. I don't have any dedicated Apple Watches on the training load aspects, because in that app video, it highlights the same similar things of training load, how you can extract training load out of it with different apps. In the Whoop device, I did 2 different subset videos. Well, with the Whoop, I compared the training load and the exertion score, so like the training evaluation, to other major manufacturers to sort of compare and contrast what they offer versus what others offers. And I did a specific video for Whoop on the sleep wellness recovery aspect when compared to other sleep wellness, recovery aspects other watches offer on the market today. Now, I'm going to put a video in the description below for what anaerobic versus aerobic means. Now, I'm not a physiology major, but I did a lot of reading or research into what anaerobic versus aerobic training zones really effectively mean and how it might relate to a CrossFit workout. So there's a video for that. And then the Coros Evo Lab has a dedicated video. So Coros' training load platform, I did a dedicated video for that. So if you got a Coros watch, you can look at that down below. And then I did a dedicated video for Garmin versus Polar's training load platform. So there's a dedicated video for that. But that'll all be encompassed in the training load massive video that's in the description that I will list first. So I just wanted to give as much sort of raw information, just as much sort of summary of your device, get to know sort of like a hands-on and how it sort of looks. You will obviously play with your device and just, get used to it on your own, but I just thought maybe this information might be helpful, and you can just sort of pick and choose if there's a video that has an interest. This is sort of like a video library that might relate to a new device that you got for Christmas. So if you like it, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. It's the Figure Hunter.